Dark B wrote in, hey, David, is Trump deliberately holding press conferences next to Marine One so that nobody can hear him and he can justify walking away from reporter questions? Yeah, this came up on our notable Reddit discussions last week. I think that Trump is taking advantage of the noise generated by his helicopter when reporters start asking him questions. I don't know that Trump is deliberately saying, hey, here's an idea. I'm going to exclusively answer questions when Marine One is powering up in the background so that it's hard to hear me. And at any time I can pretend I didn't hear the question and walk away. I don't know whether it's that deliberate. I don't really care whether it's that deliberate. Trump is taking advantage of it. And this is an age-old strategy. It's the equivalent of Fox News messing with the other guests' audio during debates. I feel, Pat, like we are missing out on this strategy. One thing we don't do during interviews, even if the guest is deplorable and talking over me, even when it's live callers that don't let me get a word in edgewise, we never resort to lowering their mic. It's a tool that we have it's an arrow in our quiver, so to speak, but we don't do it, and maybe we should reconsider.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't do stuff like that. I mean, lowering their audio levels or like even having me chime in so then it's 2-on-1. I don't think that would be fair to them either. We want to hear the other person out. But certainly Trump does take advantage of this, and maybe it makes it so that shows like ours don't want to play his responses because then you get all that crappy background noise and he's yelling. Like I always hate when we have to play those clips, but we kind of have to.
Listen, Trump said that he was indicating to the Justice Department that they must immediately prosecute Barack Obama. But the audio was so hard to hear because of that helicopter droning that we're not even going to cover the story. We'll talk about something else, like how Trump looked really tall next to some of those other European leaders. That's the gist of it, right? It's too much trouble. We can't really hear Trump. All right. Great questions this week. Thanks to everybody. Any method is acceptable other than fax and telegram and smoke signals for submitting audience questions to the show. You can email them. You can tweet them at @dpacman, at David Pakman Show. You can send them in on Facebook at facebook.com/David Pakman Show. You can post them to our subreddit at davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Question for the show. Question for David to answer on the show. Blah, 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 blah. All of these platforms are welcome for submitting questions. We will answer 3 more next week. We have a tremendously good bonus show for you today, which you can access instantly by becoming a member at www.joinpakman.com or by becoming a